ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe for more things.
Yeah, party on, Optimus!
Party on, Shartimus.
Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends figure review, and today is Throwback Thursday, and I'm reviewing this Thor, Lord of Asgard figure from the Thor movie. This figure came out back in 2011, so it's not that long ago. It is a Hasbro figure, but it is a repainted Hasbro figure. This figure originally came out in the Blob Wave, as you can see right here, which was really not that cool looking, and the paint definitely not meeting the expectations of the late Ed Wires. But this one's closer to what Ed Wires had done for the prototype for this Thor figure, so I wanted to get one, got it at the Ceremony Toy Show. Then on the back, there's a whole read-up. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause it now. Then you can see Loki and Thor, the other two figures that we have on the back of the packaging. Alright, let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's Thor out of the packaging, repainted in. Still not a good figure. Yeah, you could take a Ben Affleck and paint it gold. It's still gonna be a Ben Affleck. Now this guy is looking much better than the original version, as you can see over here. The comparison, I mean, this guy's painted so much better. You get this metallic look right over here on the chest and everything. Then even looking on the back, they had some detail right here that they didn't have on the original one. So this does look a lot better than the original release of this molded figure, but it's still not a very good figure. Now looking at his accessories, here's Mjolnir looking pretty cool. Looking like it's made out of stone though. I like all these cracks in here and everything. Some nice black paint mixed in there with that gray. The handle I'm not a big fan of. I don't like how this is made out of very firm plastic over here on this loopy piece. I wish that was made out of something a little softer so you can move it around. But this axe is looking dope. I need to give this guy some of the hairdryer treatment to kind of straighten this out. It is a bit bent, but that is looking really cool. I love the black over the silver over here. Now I gotta be honest, I'm not too familiar with this Thor. I think this was in the mid-90s where he had this look over here. But anyway, the overall sculpt on this figure isn't too bad. I really like what they've done with the helmet over here. You get some nice black right there and some of the creases. I really like the silver paint on this guy. His eyes look a little bit too close together, I think, but not terrible. And I think the beard came out looking nice. He does have some nice hair color over here. You get some color variation with having a darker color yellow in the creases of his hair. Looking at the back, you can definitely see it right there. So I think that is pretty nice. I really like how this looks over here. These white highlights over this dark brown looks awesome. I'm really digging that a lot. That is cool. Then right here, this is pretty badass also. The metallic blue, that's one of my favorite parts of the whole figure. That metallic blue is sick. A little inconsistent at the bottom, but you know, it's not too bad. And I like how it's painted and sculpted all the way up there so you get that crunch going on and it doesn't disappear on you or anything. During this era of Marvel Legends, we had some really weird choices for flesh color, so this is one of the better colors, I think. I think the original figure had a very pale flesh tone, which is quite horrid. The arms are sculpted pretty well. You do get this weird pinch right here in the bicep. That does look a little weird, but other than that, I think that's pretty cool. The legs look pretty nice. We get some nice gold paint over here. A nice bronze gold color right over here. Then this is a very flat bronze color right here on his boots, but still better than the original one. He does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. And if you want to, you can remove the cape over here. It plugs in with these two pegs that go into these two little ports right there. And you can see more of this cool looking metallic blue, even though it's mostly getting hidden by the cape. Let's get a better look at the cape. I like how it has this texture kind of feel to it, so I think that's pretty cool. Along with some nice black shadowing effects going on here throughout the wrinkles. I think the cape is sculpted pretty well, and it's pretty soft. Another thing worth noting is this really cool metallic blue dry brushing over here on these shoulder pads. I really like that a lot. The figure may just look a lot cooler without having the cape on at all. Now this body mold being originally released during the darkest times of Marvel Legends, his articulation is a bit weak. You can't really turn the head around too much. You kind of have to lift this back flap and then shift it over, and then he's always kind of, I don't know, you can get it moving side to side. You can't get him to move up, he can't really move down, and no neck pivot, and this cape gets in the way a lot. Now his shoulders move outward, you can rotate them forward. He does have a bend at the elbow that does not even meet 90 degrees, and it rotates side to side. He has wrist rotation, and he does have a hinge over here. He has this really weird ab crunch. There it goes, just a little bit, and it moves back a little bit. So there's something there, and he does have the waist swivel. He has these wide joints, which we haven't really seen in a while. Been spoiled by the Return of Marvel Legends figures, so you can move them outward, and then you gotta rotate that ball joint, move it forward, rotate the upper thigh swivel, which kind of digs into this thing right right here, which is annoying. He does have double jointed knees that can bend in that much. And then he has ankles that move down, up, rotation side to side, and of course no ankle pivot. Now this Thor figure has some pretty good height on him. He's at about 7.5 inches tall. And then for your Thor comparison series, next to the SCCC Thor, we have our original Toy Biz Marvel Legends Wave 3 Thor, and then we have the Giant Man series Thor. This Wave 3 Toy Biz Thor is still my favorite Thor figure. And here he is next to Loki from the same wave, which was the gem of this wave. And here's Thor next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. So I can't say this is a great figure. I'm not very happy with it, but it made a fun throwback Thursday video, huh? Hey, copyright chew junk. Anyway, hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right up over there. Check out my last video over here. And then also make sure you follow me on the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And I'll have a photo gallery of images from this review over at marvelousnews.com, so check that out as well. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
It is a bit bent, but